Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. Today, we're going to continue our LinkedIn discussion and go into a little bit more detail about company pages, advertising, and more. We're trying something a little bit different today, and we're just going to do a recording of the webinar. So let us know what you think of this format versus the live format that we typically do, and the survey in the description box below. First, as per usual, we have a little bit of housekeeping. If you don't already know, my name is Jess Larkin, and I'm the Marketing and Communications Specialist at Cornerstone. My information is right there on the screen if you'd like to get in contact with me. Also, give us a follow on social media. We post industry and Cornerstone updates and information. So you can go to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or YouTube to give us a follow. Autopilot is a compensation-based client referral program that offers the services of licensed representatives to quote, enroll, support, and provide year-round service to clients that may fall out of your business scope but never off of your radar. Activate Autopilot today and learn more on the Cornerstone website. Cornerstone's 2021 Agent Incentive Program rewards you for your new group and individual sales. The top 20 qualifiers will receive cash prizes up to $5,000, plus one lucky qualifier will win a weekend getaway. You can register online at www.crnstone.com. Now that we got that all out of the way, let's talk about LinkedIn. If you haven't yet seen the LinkedIn 101 webinar that we had in May, I would go back and review that before moving forward with this webinar. The 101 webinar is going to take you through the very basics of the platform, from setting up a profile to posting on your personal LinkedIn page, whereas this webinar is going to go a step further about how to create a company page, LinkedIn advertising, and more. A LinkedIn company page and a personal LinkedIn page are two very different things. Your LinkedIn account, so your personal account that you log into, is used to log into LinkedIn and network with those in your industry and beyond. A company page, on the other hand, is for businesses to connect with their clients, potential clients, employees, potential employees, and so on. A business page is going to give you the opportunity to connect with your community. Like Facebook, businesses can share posts and interact with followers. In my experience, this solution is best served for those in the employee benefits market because of the professional nature of the site. However, a presence on social media is never a deficit. So if you're in the Medicare and individual markets, it really couldn't hurt to have a personal account regardless. A LinkedIn business page drives traffic to your website. It helps you share your expertise, strengthens and cultivates your network, and more. And it's also useful if you're looking to expand your staff. So you can post open jobs and connect with potential employees through your business page as well. In addition, having a company page can improve your ranking on search engines like Google. This means that having a LinkedIn page improves your SEO, which may help your company's website appear on the first page when potential clients turn to Google to find a health insurance agent. The Google front page real estate, it's incredibly competitive and it can be expensive to make it there, but taking small and free steps like having a LinkedIn page can inch you closer to that #1 spot. So something like this really helps. Let's talk about how to actually set up a company page. In order to do so, you do need to have a LinkedIn profile. So if you need to learn how to put that profile together, make sure you check out that 101 webinar that I was talking about before. So we're going to start on the LinkedIn homepage. So I've logged into the account of our very good friend, Stuart Cornerstone, who joined us for our last webinar on LinkedIn. At the top right-hand corner of the page, I'm going to click on Work. And at the very bottom of the list that pops up, I'm going to click on Create a Company Page. LinkedIn is then going to prompt me with questions to create the page. For instance, I'm going to say that Stuart runs a small business. So I'll click on this small business button that pops up on the left-hand side of the screen. I am then brought to another page where I'll have to provide a little bit more information about my business. So let's walk through the form fields one by one. Obviously, under name, you'll want to enter the proper name of your business. So for example, let's say that Stewart's agency is called Jones Health Insurance Agency. The company name is going to help improve discoverability and searchability on LinkedIn's database and on Google, like we talked about before. So you definitely want to fill that part out, and it is required, so you have to fill it out in order to actually make a page. Next, I'm going to come up with a decent URL for my LinkedIn page. So this is the text that you will see in the address bar when someone visits your company page. As you fill out your name, LinkedIn is going to automatically input a URL to match. And ideally, your URL will be your company name, which keeps your online identities consistent. If your company name isn't available, however, you can choose a URL that's very similar and is still identifiable, such as one of your social media handles or a shortened version of your brand name. No matter what, you want to keep it short and simple so it's easy to find. Then in the next space, I would enter Stewart's website for Jones Health Insurance Agency. However, our very good personal friend didn't listen to my webinar on creating and maintaining a website in July, so he doesn't have a website. So I've properly scolded Stewart outside of this webinar, and he's working with our good friends at Cincinnati Web Tech to get this sorted out. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you don't have a website, definitely start on one today. And please note that sometimes LinkedIn isn't even going to allow you to create a company page without a website. I, for example, was stopped from creating a fake company page for Stewart because Jones Health Insurance Agency isn't actually real and it doesn't have a legitimate domain name attached to it. So from the page identity, we're going to move to company details, the second section of this form, and input the industry, the company size, and the company type. Then moving on, we're going to upload a logo for our page, and LinkedIn provides the necessary dimensions for the logo if you have like Photoshop or some other kind of image sizing software that you can use. LinkedIn recommends 300 pixels by 300 pixels, so 300 pixels tall by 300 pixels wide. So this will make it so that the logo is uploaded at the proper size, so it's not going to appear very fuzzy or low quality. I'm then going to add a tagline for Stewart's company. In this space, you're going to briefly describe what your company does in less than 120 characters. So you want to consider using the same tagline from your other social media accounts, and you can always change this information later. So I just put, he's your go-to guy for health insurance because we love Stewart. So when you're finished, you're just going to check the checkbox at the bottom that verifies that you're an authorized representative of the organization that you are creating a page for, and then you're just going to click Create Page. And you now have a LinkedIn company page. It is seriously that simple. As with your personal account, LinkedIn provides a completion meter that guides you to complete the unfinished key sections of your page, which will ultimately help you improve your company's presence on LinkedIn. I would make sure to follow those prompts from LinkedIn to get the most out of your new page. According to LinkedIn, fully completed LinkedIn company pages get 30% more views, and too much detail is always better than too little. The more details that you provide about your company, the easier it's going to be for people, aka potential customers, to discover and connect with you. So I want to go through the key elements that you want to focus on when you're creating your page. And of course, LinkedIn's going to help walk you through the basics, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you have everything completed. In the header section, you want to make sure that you have your logo image, a page name, an eye-catching tagline, and a custom button. The custom button is a call to action button that you can customize to encourage prospects to get in contact with you. This works much like the call to action button on the Facebook page, if you are familiar with those. To customize your call to action button, you're going to tap Edit Page on your admin page. So here I have a screenshot of the Cornerstone LinkedIn admin portal to show you how to edit your page. Make sure the custom button option is turned on. So I'm going to click Edit Page, and then it'll pop up to this form right here. And I'm just going to make sure that the custom button option is turned on. And then I'm going to choose a button name from the button drop-down menu and enter a URL. This setting is going to direct followers to your website, landing pages, event registrations, and so on. So it's a really helpful marketing tool for you on your LinkedIn page. You also want to be sure to fill out the About sections of your profile, including an overview of your company, your locations, and any hashtags that you may want to include that will help prospects find your page. To learn more about hashtags, be sure to check out the 101 webinar. Like I said, too much information in these instances is much more effective than too little information. So this is all under that Edit Page button. If you just click on that, it'll take you to all of this information that you can edit for your company page. So that's one of the first places that you're going to want to go once your page is put together. Okay, so your page is all set up and you're ready to get going on LinkedIn. Let's now consider what you should actually post on your company page. So LinkedIn is very similar to Facebook in that you can post educational resources, expert advice, industry articles, and so on, but your audience is going to be a bit different because the platform is specifically designed for professionals, not personal connections. So you can still try to establish those on this platform. HubSpot recommends considering posting updates to your products and services, job openings, trends, or news that involve your brand, and behind-the-scenes content featuring employee life, product development, and other unique content. And the important thing is to post consistently. Consistency is the key to any successful social media campaign. If you only decide to post once every couple of weeks, for example, you're not likely to reap the benefits of the platform. So I would, as I've said in the past, focus on posting maybe 2 or 3 times a week. If you're just getting started, keep it easy on yourself and just post twice a week. And then as you get more comfortable, just post them more as you can. LinkedIn also provides a content suggestion tool to help you determine what content your audience is already interacting with and what they're most interested in seeing in their network. So to review this section of your page, you're just going to click the content button at the top of your company page and filter out the categories as they apply to your audience. So as you can see here, I have the Cornerstone admin view, which is when you go to your company page, this is what's going to pop up for you. It'll pop up on the home page, which is the very left-hand link here. And you also see career pages, but then right next to that, you see content. This is the content suggestion portal. If you click on that, this is the page that you come to. And you can edit the filters on the left-hand side to figure out exactly what your audience is looking to read through and looking to engage with on LinkedIn. So this is extremely helpful. And don't forget to engage your own employees. According to LinkedIn's The Network Effect of the Employee Advocacy Guide, colleagues, peers, friends, and professional acquaintances carry more influence than any website or branded asset ever will on its own. So be sure to engage your team to like, comment on, and share your company's posts. If you engage your employees or your team, then others are going to follow. As with most social media strategy, creating successful posts and engaging with your audience is going to take a lot of trial and error, and I can't stress this enough. So don't be afraid to try new things on your page and see how your audience reacts to it. Like I said, it's all about consistency. So remember, you want to post between 2 to 3 times a week, ideally, if not more. And you want to make sure that that posting schedule remains consistent. LinkedIn also provides options for running advertising campaigns, which some of you might not know about. And these can help you find leads, increase brand awareness, and much, much more. And the advertising costs are quite flexible because there is a lot of budget control, and that it runs through an auction system where your ads compete with other advertisers who want to reach a very similar target audience. So if you're interested in running an ad through LinkedIn, you're going to go to that same work button at the top of your screen that we went to actually create a company page. So at the bottom, you can see the create a company page button. But instead, you're going to click on the marketing solutions button under the LinkedIn business services. So once you click on that button, and to get here, just a reminder, all you do is log into your LinkedIn account, your personal LinkedIn account, and then click on work. So let me see if I can. You click on this button up here, and then all of this drops down, and then you click on marketing solutions. Then this page is going to pop up once you click on marketing solutions. So you're just going to click create ad right underneath advertise on LinkedIn. That's all you do is just click on create ad. And that's going to bring you to this. So once you name your ad campaign and add all this relevant information, you are going to be directed to the campaign manager. So you've added your account name, you're going to add what kind of currency you'd like to use, and your existing LinkedIn company page, so that can all be driven back to that page. And then you're just going to click on create account, and then it's going to take you to your campaign manager. And this is where you can create new campaigns, review old campaigns, and etc. And from there, you can see the buttons that are circled here called Create Campaign at the top left-hand corner and the top right-hand corner of the screen. And those are just going to walk you through the steps, step by step, to create your campaign, which includes determining your target audience. And there's a ton of demographics available for that, like what your audience might be interested in, so the interests that they have on LinkedIn, their location, their education, etc. It's going to ask about your budget, your campaign objective, so whether or not you're looking to just do brand awareness or if you're trying to lead them to a specific site, and then your ad format and your creatives. And there are 4 different types of LinkedIn ads that you can consider for your campaigns. So there's sponsored content, message ads, dynamic ads, and text ads. I'm not going to go too much into detail about these different types of ads today, but if you're interested in a 301 webinar specifically about LinkedIn advertising, I can add that to the 2021 webinar calendar. Like I said, there is a survey in the description below, so if you click on that survey, you can add suggestions for future Build Your Brand webinars. So I highly recommend you take that survey once this is all completed. As I mentioned before, posting to social media is very much trial and error. So if you run a LinkedIn advertising campaign that doesn't perform well, consider making small tweaks to that original ad that you post to encourage more engagement. It's going to take some time to determine what your audience is looking for and the content that they are most interested in. And I wanted to send you off with a word of caution. When posting on social media, whether that's an advertisement or just a normal run-of-the-mill post, be sure to avoid the pushy salesman approach. As I've mentioned before, social media is not the place for sales. It's the place to encourage brand awareness and brand engagement. Let them know who you are, what you're about, and how you can help solve their problems. According to LinkedIn, more than 62% of people trust a brand's social media more than its advertising. So jump onto that social media train today and expand your reach as much as you possibly can. And that is all of the time that we have for today. If you have any additional questions about LinkedIn, please feel free to contact me at jlarkin@crnstone.com, or let me know if you have any suggestions for future webinars in the survey below. And don't forget to register for our other upcoming webinars in this series and in others. Coming up next, we have a Tech Tuesday webinar on August 25th, where our in-house technology expert, Tom Levine, will talk about mail merge on Excel, Outlook, and Word. So be sure to register for that webinar on the Cornerstone event calendar at www.crnstone.com. Thank you for all your time today. If you have a couple minutes after the webinar, please be sure to click in the link in the description below to fill out our survey. Your feedback is incredibly important to us and ensures that we continually provide value. Just so you know, this LinkedIn 201 webinar came simply because it was asked for. So this was totally based on audience feedback. So I definitely read those surveys and I try to get suggestions for future webinars. So I highly encourage you to fill out that survey. All right, everyone have a great day and stay safe out there, and be sure to check out the recordings of our other Build Your Brand webinars on the Cornerstone Resource Center.